Hi, Carol here, and welcome to my craft room. Feeling so much better today, and so I am still waiting for my Copics, and I'm going to show you this wonderful 400 Copic organizer that my husband helped me with, and we put it together. You are not going to believe how pretty it is and simplistic, and you'll be able to do it yourself. I saw the inspiration on Pinterest, but it is not, I only used one element that was on Pinterest, and the rest I found at the thrift store, and you can find it the same type of unit that I used. You will love it. So anyway, so here's my chicken wire. I finished my paintbrush holder, and it holds 240 little holes in this. And it's awesome. So just remember, if you do this with chicken wire, to secure the ends with some glue from your hot glue gun. See the little balls on there? You can hardly see them. I mean, it looks nice. It doesn't look, you know, yucky on your table. It looks rather nice. And then I'll do with the bubble paper down there to raise them up so that my short ones weren't so short. So that I finished yesterday. Now remember the two leather binders? Well, one's a binder and one's not. There's this one with the binder rings, and then this beautiful one. I'm going to make my art journal out of this Cambridge limited leather case. I'm going to start journaling, paint journaling, and ink journaling, and all kinds of stuff. I'm just intrigued by it all, so I'm going to make my own. So I broke down a couple days ago and I ordered the Peerless Watercolors, and I got 61 beautiful color squares that are coming from Jane Davenport's site. She has a store on her blog. Wonderful artist. And so she had a 61 color swatch set for $59.99 US. So I ordered that, and then she has some wonderful ink watercolor brushes with the long tip, which I love, that it is so fine detailed. So I ordered one of those, and then that order will be in, and I'll do a haul on it when it gets here. But I did break down and get those Peerless watercolors. I couldn't, just watching everybody use them. Wow, they're just beautiful. They're like Inktense pencils. Just vivid color. So I grabbed my little binder, which is 16 inches by 9. I grabbed my watercolor 140 pound, because this is what I'm going to put my Inktense squares on. I'm going to cut them in half because they come in 2 by 2. So I have 61 colors here. So I grabbed my 140 pound Strathmore paper. The rough side is where I'm going to have the squares on, 1 inch by 1 inch. And I just want to show you, if you get a binder and you want to do this method that I have used here, you're going to want to protect each side with some clear plastic. And I'm going to show you what I did. There's two things you have to remember if you do a binder to put your Peerless squares in. If you like to do, I like the leather because you can wipe it down. I like the fact it's in a binder. I can just flip it. I want to use it this way. So when I color, I can set it up like that and then just use it. And it's the perfect size. I saw a lot of people, good ideas on Pinterest and on their blogs of how they have their watercolors, and I love them all, but this works well for me. So you're going to want a page protector like this covering your watercolor paper, right, in case it gets wet, or you want to just take your brush and you want to take your color and mix them. You can do it on this. So I needed this to be thick. So here's what I did. If you want to do the same thing that I have done, what page am I on? All you're going to need is the binder, some watercolor paper to put your swatches on, remembering you're going to need to put the color underneath your watercolor paper so that you get the true color onto whatever you're going to use. And I'm going to use the Strathmore. I always use Strathmore watercolor, 140 pounds. Then you're going to just need some washi tape, your crocodile, and you're off and running. And you're going to need a laminator if you want to do it this way. Plugged in my laminator. I got my laminator squares at the stationery store. And then these are fantastic. And this one here, I just want to jump in, this Cambridge Limited, I got for 70 cents, both of these, each, 70 cents each. This is going to be my journal, my art journal. And I will show you how I'm just looking at thrift stores to buy an awl so I can poke holes in it. And my papers. So, anywho, I used this transparency, the 3M. It is so thick. It's just beautiful, beautiful. You get 100, very affordable. There's the number right there if you're interested. And then I took my laminating sheet and I put that, I put my transparency up inside. So I got it right to the top, ran it through the machine, and now I have 3 pieces really of laminate. You have your you have your laminating paper front and back, and then you have the thick transparency. So this gives you a nice firm sheet instead of just having the transparency film. It's 3 times as thick. Let me put it that way. So what you have to remember if you do this, and this is just a quick video because I'm going to be standing here doing this for a little bit. You have to decide on how, when you put this in here. Now, you would think you would measure it right to the end like this, right? And just leave a, 1/4 inch all the way around. That's what I did. There goes my phone. That's what I did. But, no. I had to take them all out. And you want to make sure that when you close it, when it falls like this, it comes forward. See how much that comes forward right there? So you have to see when I bring it back, look how much you have here on the sides that you have to cut out. So when you close it, it comes to the edge and looks beauteous like that. I have 3 more I'm going to add to this. So remember that. So this is 16 by 9. So I ended up making this, this ended up, how many inches across? This ended up to be 6 inches. So it's 6 inches across and then by 8.5 inches, because this is 9 inches, 8.5 inches. That's what I did this at. Then you want to secure the holes because you're going to be flipping this all the time. So I'm going to take duct tape and I am going to make my own round holes with duct tape. I just wanted to have something pretty across here, so I grabbed my washi tapes, colors, the only ones I only had 4. And I used up the Stampin' Up! One, just doing that because and I can't find the other 2 in my well-organized room. Ha. And so anyway, you're going to take your sheet and you're going to always remember that which side, your rough side is always up. Because if you turn this around and your rough side is on the back, they don't go in. This ends up longer on this side than it does this side. So I put the holes in to measure it like that so it was even, if that makes any sense whatsoever. Always does to the one that's doing it, but the one listening, whoa. Okay, so I have that, and then I have my ultra thick laminate, and then I'm going to have duct tape circles on there. Let's just take this one, and I'll move that up there. And what one did I do there? I think I'll go with this nice song sheet. This is going to be like this, so I want my musical notes to be like this. Center it with the holes, like so. There we are. Turn it around. Oh, on here. Sticking to my table. There we go. There you are. And then when you put, I'm going to make this 1/4 inch with 1/8 of an inch hole for the circles in the duct tape. And I'll be all set. Then take one of these so you can, oh, I think this one goes like this. I can tell, I think. Maybe wrong. Yes, there, like that. So you want to take this one and line it up so you can see where the holes are in your other one. And hopefully this is right. Let's see. There. Okay, now that I can see that. And don't forget, you need to take all of these out. There we go. Okay. And this will make it, I just couldn't resist that. I keep thinking about it. That I ordered that. And then I'm backing off the orders because I want to start doing some crafting. Phew. I'm just making this nice and big. Let's see if that fits. So I have the paper, I have the laminate, I have my watercolor. See if I did it right. Oh, see, this is the, which side? Yep, that's the side. Yep. And let's see if I did this right. Okay, I can see that I need to come over just a tad on this one. Oh, I'm not going to cut it anymore until I check this out. And remember, you're going to cover it with, there, beauteous. And then you're just going to keep going. You're going to cover this one. And all of my Peerless watercolors will be in here. They'll look pretty and they'll have the nice leather. And you go ahead, I challenge you to just find yourself a 70-cent leather binder, any binder that you have around. You could use your bind it all as well if you wanted to have the rings like that on this side. I just thought this leather looked really pretty, and you know, you just need your Crop-A-Dop, pair of scissors, a ruler, your watercolor paper, and your laminate, and your transparency to put in the middle of your laminate. Heat it, and what a nice rough, you know, thick, not rough, I should say, it's not rough, it's smooth, but excuse me, a nice texture on there. And I'm going to finish this up. I'm going to download it, and there goes my something's beeping down there. Okay, so that's it. I'm going to carry on, and when my watercolors, get my Peerless watercolor squares come in, I will show you how they look after they're stored in here. And I think that really is it's small enough and you can store it away comfortably. There you have it, my friends. Thank you so much for dropping by, and we will see you on the next video.